go live. Let's go live. All right. Good morning and welcome to the Monday edition of the Sports Buffet on Elegote TV Radio. I am back from Abuja. If you're there, I'm here. Let's get it done. Let me just type something on the comment section that will drive the conversation. The most ridiculous most ridiculous. Since Abigail will not get that. I don't get that today. The most ridiculous transfer. Rumors. As a follower of the beautiful game, called football. In your lifetime, okay, I can post it now, right? My people, I was trying to put a comment on the, is it Jumbotron or the comment section, what they call it, I don't know. Abigail, not to show yourself. All right, let's get in on the show. Let's start the show. Let's not forget that Tottenham Hotspur were shit over the weekend. Arsenal was superb. Which other club was superb? Manchester United won. There's plenty of red card in Europe and in South America, in Argentina. AC Milan picked up a red card and were beaten by Monza 4-2. The club that is the same person formed these two clubs, or started these two clubs anyway, or the same person owned these two clubs at one point, different times. Okay, the two Silver Berlusconi's club played, and AC Milan was taken to the cleaners. They were better beating. Yeah, it was punctured between Empoli and Fiorentina, as it was 1-1. Bologna went to Lazio, the same Lazio that beat Bayern. To beat them 2-1, and then the same Bayern was beaten 3-2, and they are saying that they will not sack Thomas Tuchel. He get with it until they blackmail them. Even with the man down, with the red card, Marcel, with Aubameyang, blood clot, they were beating. Yes, they were beating. They beat them. They shop them. They were beating 1-0 by Bre. Yes, you can argue and say it has nothing to do with Aubameyang, but the change, he came in and he substituted Sarri. Not forget, yes, but not change anything. As they beat them better beat, yes, they wipe them. Me. What's that? About my blood clot. Say Ateta cannot coach big players. Yeah, you big player, you don't go where big player they play now. To carry club come up for top 4, carry the go out of top 4 now is Abi. After you say be big player. See Marcel were in the top 4 level when Aubameyang signed. Now they are in 9th position doing what Chelsea love to do. Remember, when Aubameyang went to Chelsea too, they went from title winning teams to okay? But Bayern, what's the problem with Bayern? What's the crazy thing? But for you guys, what did I miss? While I was away, what did I miss? So many movement, events, meeting with people, some crazy people, some mad people, some normal people. Borussia Dortmund at least are finding their way back into the top 4, but there's a stranger in the house. RB Leipzig are in 5th, and VfB Stuttgart, yes, Jonathan Akpobbere's former club, have had a run of 4 wins and 1 loss in the last 5 games. Bayern Munich have lost back-to-back for the very first time in forever. Bayer Leverkusen are still not interested in losing. 22 games played, 18 wins, 4 draws. 8 points separate them from the defending champion. Yes, some witchcraft from North London the side of Tottenham Hotspur came to Bayern, and the club that have been winning title for 10 straight years, a decade of winning the title. Now they are not only losing the title, but they are losing it in a disgraceful fight. I can Bochum beat I mean, come on, explain to me. I can O-level Bochum, yes, beat Bayern Munich. And is that how football done bad, Rich? I don't understand, Sha. I am not overstanding, but let's just keep it like that. Brighton at home saw West Sheffield and pressed them in the neck. The way Arsenal pressed, who did Arsenal even beat? Burnley. As they beat the two relegation bank club, 20th team and 19th team were beaten 5-0 over the weekend. Well, it was, I think the game of the weekend would have to be Chelsea being able to get a draw at Etihad. Man, that's not mean feat. But when you just think that that's supposed to be the game of the weekend or the result of the weekend, you now realize that Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Tottenham Hotspur 2-1. Let's not pretend like that did not happen. Let's not form like, oh, that one is not important. He won an important die. As in he won an important die. Don't forget, say what this means is that Wolves have done the double over Spurs this season. 2-1, like call sign. 2-1. This will be like 10-0. 2-1, 2-1. And remember, last season, Wolves 1-1 and what's it called? Spurs 1-1. It was 0-0, 1-0, 1-0. This one is 2-1, 2-1. They do the double over them. After they'll come and be telling me that Spurs wants to win the title. Spurs are good enough. They have a coach called Angel Pistofis. So because of that one, everybody should not bow down, fall down and die. Well, it's not happening. It is not happening. Paris Saint-Germain is the conversation that we're going to have is around Kylian Mbappe. I'm just playing around trying to wait for everybody to gather in the town hall in the Balablu meeting that we're having today. And for those of you who called in and send me messages and text messages and all that to check up on me, thank you very much. Paris Saint-Germain is still very much on top of the league table with a 7-point gap over Bre. Yeah, the same bread that went to beat Marcel. Okay, but OGC News have dropped from second position to third, which I'm not comfortable with. There are reasons why I'm not comfortable with that, but Terry Murphy is back now. Because one of our players just signed there, and I don't want them going out to the Champions League. I want to see them in the Champions League. So they had better find a way to go back there because the point gap between them and the teams like Monaco and the rest is very, very small. In the last 5 games, they've won only 1, drawn 1, and lost 3. That's not a good one. All you see is wake up before I pour you cold water. Okay. Well, let's come to the show proper. Liverpool also did a lost job by beating Brentford 4-1. I don't think that there was any major, VAR issue over the weekend in the Premier League. I think after the African Cup of Nations, a lot of the VAR decisions have been improving because if Africa can do it well, why can't they do it well? Everybody is now beginning to change, but then some clubs are still, trying to change it in trying to make a different approach to it, whatever it is. But the story that broke that we saw on Daily Mail, but this story has been on the ground since anyway. It's not like it's breaking news. It came up as a surprise to everybody. But what makes it into the talking point of this show is the way and manner the AFTV people and a lot of people in the UK have gone about, trying to sell us a dummy or sell us an idea that out of nowhere, Arsenal Football Club of England are going to sign Kylian Mbappe. And Kylian Mbappe, I've even said, is in love with Arsenal because his dream is to follow the path of Thierry Henry. And I'm sitting where I am like, this guy wants to follow the path of Thierry Henry. Everything that Thierry Henry have done, apart from probably winning the Euros, he's done it. Okay? With Arsenal, Thierry Henry came second in the Champions League. So he's already done it. He doesn't need to win the Premier League. Okay? But they say he wants to follow the path. He wants to build a team, a legacy. And I was like, okay, did he not have the time to build a legacy with Paris Saint-Germain? Did he build it? Who is deceiving anybody that Kylian Mbappe will single-handedly come and turn Arsenal into a title-winning team and a Champions League winning team? Well, the Arsenal, the FTV people believe that. And I would just tell you know what, let's bring it back. What are some of the craziest, most ridiculous, most incredible transfer rumors you have ever heard concerning any player on any club? So it's not just about the club you support, but what are some of the most incredible, like you heard that your club is about to sign so and so player and you're like, wait a minute, how did we grow from here to hear overnight that I'm not aware of. Like if you hear, I mean, when Messi was hot, you hear that your club is in negotiation with Barcelona to sign Messi. Like in 2012 now, after that 91 goals season, you now hear that your club is about to sign Lionel Messi. Or Cristiano Ronaldo when he was, doing the unthinkable with Real Madrid in his very, very high time. And then you hear that your club wants to sign Cristiano, you'll be like, wait, so is everything all right? So, or when Zidane was, was turning the whole football world like crazy in Madrid, and you hear that your club, your beloved club, or a club wants to sign Zidane, you'll be like, I don't understand. Where is this one coming from again? Is this a nightmare, a bad dream? Please, I want to wake up, okay? Because it doesn't look in any way like that's a possibility. But hey, that's why we have it on the talking point on over there. So let's talk about it and all that. But before we talk about it, let's read the story of Mbappe signing for Madrid. It doesn't come as a surprise to me. It may have come as a surprise to you or to any other person. But if you're Mbappe, you've won the World Cup, you've done everything. There's one thing missing. You want to win the Ballon d'Or. You know that if you go to England, you will not win Ballon d'Or as Erling Haaland. You know that the next Ballon d'Or is not even in the conversation. This one, but this ball where they play. So this one where they play like football, like Befwe, and it's not even in conversation at all. He's gone back to worthless. He's not playing like what's it called, Eddie Nketiah. So let's not even put him in the conversation. You know that next thing is to win the Ballon d'Or. Next thing is to like win like 5 Ballon d'Or to even get respect to your name. And then you say, Arsenal is where I want to go thunder fire the person who talk that thing. Well, according to what Oli Gamp for the Mail Online wrote, the headline reads, Kylian Mbappe has signed, in quotes, his Real Madrid contract with the Frenchman star agreeing a 5-year deal at the Bernabeu after telling PSG he would leave this summer. Okay. Mbappe already put pen to paper with Real Madrid 2 weeks ago. Reports claim the superstar was widely expected to join after informing PSG he would leave. Liverpool must be ruthless. Jurgen Klopp has to hang on to 2-point lead until title clash with Man City. That's all the conversation on this topic. So let's see how it goes. Kylian Mbappe has signed his Real Madrid contract and agreed a deal until 2029 with the LaLiga giant, according to reports in Spain. The French superstar has been pursued by the Spanish outfit for years, and rumors he could join only intensified after informing PSG last week he would be leaving in the summer with his contract set to expire. And now Marca have reported that Mbappe already put pen to paper on his deal to join Real Madrid 2 weeks ago, with the players making a firm commitment to the Bernabeu outfit. Okay, all that talk about going to Jesus Christ. How do you even think about it? Like somebody wake up and say, this guy is going to play for Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan, so try to understand. But you don't have a keke napep and you say you're going to buy a Ferrari engine into it and you say you want to perform an engineering masterclass. Come on, guys. Be coming down. Be coming down. I know that Rolls-Royce and BMW 7 Series is the same. The same engine, the same parts. But Rolls-Royce is Rolls-Royce. If somebody parks a Rolls-Royce here and somebody else park a BMW 7 Series here, even though the two of them are the same, you can never price them the same. So for anyone saying about that, they're both European club, they're playing Champions League, they're both big club. Hey, shut up there. It is BMW, Arsenal, and Rolls-Royce, Real Madrid. If you get my drift, okay? I'm just saying it. I'm back, but I don't want to sit here and take all that kind of crap from anybody's thinking Kylian Mbappe was really going to go to Madrid. But let's continue with the story. May report last week that Madrid are willing to make Mbappe the club's top earner, surpassing the 10.3 million pounds per season they pay Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. They will also pay a signing-on fee of around 85. Jesus, a sign-on fee, and they don't abolish sign-on fee for Nigerian league. They still pay sign-on fee for Europe. Signing on fee of around 85.5 million. Oh, Cameroonian boy. Some people are anointing different from some. Hey, this one are pidgin English. I'll talk YouTube if you don't understand. Algorithm if you don't understand. I don't care. Jehovah. Hey, this is not. So if it's transfer fee, I can understand. This is not transfer fee. So there's not going to pay anybody any what's it called commission to the club, the academy that raised him. This money, oh Lord, my God, when I'm in awesome wonders. Hey, somebody say Mbappe is not humble. May they pay this money. May they give you fake a lot of this money. Make I see whether you go humble. They will also pay a signing on fee of around 85.5 million pounds and open talks over what percentage of his image rights he retains. Ha! This football, so I go change my mind. You sure I really want to make my children do text? So, is it too late to change my mind? Is it too late now to change my mind? Oh, nah. Hi! Because I'm missing more than just, hey, y'all can know here. But out of 100, how many will be Mbappe? That's the thing. The report from Marca claims Mbappe's camp told PSG not to bother making him further offers to stay in the French club because he had already struck a deal with Madrid. Los Blancos had contacted the player's entourage in the early days of the new year to inquire if he was still planning to join Madrid after negotiations between the two camps the previous summer. It says, with Mbappe giving a positive response, it means go ahead and do the deal. It adds that Madrid no longer saw Mbappe as a player they wanted to sign at any price, knowing that they already had Vinicius Jr. and Bellingham as two of the best footballers on the planet. But at the start of February, the club opened full negotiations looking to seal the deal as quickly as possible because Vinicius Jr. was no longer looking like the hottest property. So they need somebody else who will be hot and come in to add value because the way they are playing in the Champions League, they just might lose out and then it might just continue like that. So they need to start next season's Champions League. You know, they are obsessed with the Champions League. And also, there's a bone in their neck called Girona that's refusing to go away. So they need something that will blow the chasing pack out. And the best way to do it is now because next season Barcelona might find their feet and decide to go and get involved in some signing. So they need to get it done. Amid speculation over his potential exit, PSG club president Nasser Al Khalifi previously stated that he wanted the winger to stay at the club, claiming that it was the best fit for him. He told RMC, look, I'm not hiding anything. For sure, I want Mbappe to stay. For me, he is the best in the world. And for me, the best club for Kylian Mbappe is Paris. Mbappe joined the Parisian side in 2017 from Monaco, initially on a loan deal before the French giant splashed out a whopping 155 million pounds to make his transfer permanent. God bless the people who negotiate deals at Monaco. Monaco does not have to have all this said. They don't collect their money since Paris Saint-Germain spent all that money, paid all those salary, brought Neymar, brought Messi to help him, but Mbappe was not going to be helped. Okay, the French captain would go on to sign a contract extension in 2022 and has an option to extend that deal for another year until June 2025. But Brother Man says no, that option is not optioning. During his time in Paris, Mbappe has gone on to return a staggering 243 goals in 290 appearances for the club, netting his 44th goal Champions League goal last night. Okay, yet it seemed as though his time at Paris Saint-Germain had been nearing its end for a while now. With tensions rising in recent years with both the club and the player butting heads on his contract with the club, PSG had wanted him to extend his deal past 2025, but banished him to train with the B team. That was the first mistake that Paris Saint-Germain made. That was the first administrative blunder. That was the place where, they got it wrong. After Mbappe refused to sign a contract extension, Mbappe then wrote a letter to the Parisian outfit stating that he would not be activating a year-long extension clause in his contract, with PSG hitting back, claiming he had inflicted a lasting paralysis on the club. Well, that's your business as far as Mbappe is concerned. Nothing concern me with that one. If not that one, I won't talk na grammar. As far as I'm concerned, I am leaving this club and I'm going to leave. There is nothing you people can do. The sad part though is in recent years, this is going to be one of the moments in football where a player as big as Mbappe will leave a club and the club that is leaving will not get a dime off the back of that deal. That's, for me, that's the only sad part. Any other thing, I don't really think it's a problem. I don't know, but I need to hear what your take is on that subject. I don't really think that there's any problem with Mbappe leaving. I'm not one of those who think like that, but I just think that the fact that all of this money is going. One of the things that I think would happen eventually. This is my thoughts. I'm not sure it will happen, but I'm just thinking that when the deal is done, unless the lawyers from Madrid and the lawyers from Mbappe's side are able to secure a very good NDA deal, that some things will just stay hidden, and but with the fact that Paris Saint-Germain is not going to get any compensation, I am certain, or almost certain, I'm almost certain that some dirty stories about Mbappe will just start coming out in the media. Nobody will know where it's coming from, but you hear things like sources said, some crazy videos, some crazy tapes, some crazy voices might pop up. See, listen carefully before you go and quote me tomorrow. I said almost certain. I said might pop up. So when you're quoting this, remember that's how I said it. Put it the way I said it, so that you don't use me and say you want to drag somebody. I'm just saying there is a possibility that those things will happen, because Paris Saint-Germain, like it or not, will feel hard done by. They spent money, like ridiculous type of money, in salaries, in what's it called, bonuses. Man, Mbappe's contract have been crazy for a while, right? At some point, they said he have the key of the club, and that he could do anything. PSG contract breakdown. Let me even see what the breakdown is, and then look at it from a monetary standpoint. Okay, Kylian Mbappe's basic wage is reported to be around 6 million euro per month. Whoa. Which comes down to 2.7 million after tax. Okay, Mbappe's contract is set to include several clauses, but no performance bonuses. Among those clauses is a 180 million signing on bonus spread over 3 years. So 180 million divided by 3, what do you get? 60, 60, 60. Okay, that will be paid in full even if the player leaves. Hey, when I know vessel, the way I take the shot of the shots, they say something big pass you go got to open your mouth. It's called jaw dropping moment. Let me take you through this story as it is written here, and let's look at it a little bit. Okay, Kylian Mbappe's contract, how much does PSG start and when does the deal expire? Okay, this is for the record. This was written on the 16th of January 2023. So it's not a new one, it's an old writer, but I know I bookmarked it somewhere and I had to go dig it up right now. So let's look at it. Let's look at the Mbappe. Mbappe is worth giving a whole show. Okay, let's look at Mbappe, his contract, his numbers, and all that. Okay, and see what really is the deal here. Kylian Mbappe is now widely regarded as the world's most valuable footballer, but exactly how much does the PSG and France star get paid? Okay, that's the conversation that we're having. I'm going to look at that, but I think I still need to come to you guys and look at some of the comments that you guys have been putting on, so that it doesn't come across like I'm ignoring. Boss, you rub lip gloss this morning. Now, so the Amata hold you rich. Now Abuja Amata. And my lips were just smacking dry. Like, since when? I know the girl this Amatan effect too. I know Okwakwa effect. Why I call the girl Okwakwa effect? But hey, let's move up. What's it called? Olatunji Emmanuel say, I like the Madrid move for Mbappe. Not surprised because we always saw it coming. However, do you think it will adapt and do well? Is he the missing jigsaw in that team? I don't think he's the final piece of the jigsaw, but he's part of the missing piece. Okay, some of that piece will have to move. So I'm looking forward to. I'm dealing with the question now, so we'll jump away from transfer. I'm dealing with the question now. If he comes in, one player would struggle. He might not play as a center forward because Mbappe is built as Touche is built as the hybrid version of Thierry Henry. Is everything that, and again, that's where modeling comes. Players are modeled after the other. Zinedine Zidane is a hybrid version of Michel Platini. Thierry Henry, I think, is a hybrid version of Jean-Pierre Papin, and then now Mbappe is a hybrid version of Thierry Henry. And so, but when you look at the Madrid team and the way they play, you mostly would say to yourself, "Wait a minute, there's something in this team that makes them different from maybe a few other teams." And maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. Just maybe they can play Mbappe on the side where Vinicius Junior plays, and what happens to Vinicius? Again, it causes a merry-go-round. Let me give you a good example of how one transfer can cause an entire football galaxy to change. Remember when it was FC Barcelona that wanted to sign David Beckham, and at the same time, it was Madrid that also wanted to sign. Who they want to sign? It was Madrid that wanted to sign Ronaldinho, but they delayed because some report came that Ronaldinho is not a serious player. He cannot hold the fort properly, right? So what now happened was that they went and got a guy called Cristiano Ronaldo for Madrid. Once that was done, the negotiation between Madrid and what's his name now? Am I missing this thing up? Is it Cristiano Ronaldo or David Beckham? No, it's David Beckham. It's not Cristiano Ronaldo. It's David Beckham. So Barcelona actually wanted David Beckham, and then the negotiation broke down, and Madrid swooped in. After that, Madrid versus Manchester United versus Madrid game, where Zinedine Zidane told Beckham, like, "Guy, have fun, come play for us." And then Beckham wants to stay at Man United. That's his dream. That's his father's club. He's live his life for his family. He's always been a family man. That's how he's raised. The man is a product of his environment. And then Silas Ferguson was not against David Beckham's ability to play football. It was against him falling in love with Victoria, feeling that Victoria is a distraction. Like, I don't understand. The way people look at Silas Ferguson is the greatest question, though. Like, that man is rubbish. It's a tyrant, as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to compare with Adolf Hitler anyway. That's going to be too far, but that's just the way I see him anyway. That's the way I see him. And people say I'm too harsh on him and Arsene Wenger, but that's the way I see both of them. Those two guys are, tyrannical people. Long story short, Beckham went to Madrid. Barcelona signed Ronaldinho, and then Manchester United had to replace David Beckham with Cristiano Ronaldo. So that transfer merry-go-round, one piece of the puzzle going one place, changed everything. Last summer, I said if there was going to be a move, it could change the entire landscape of the transfer of the football transfer piece. But that move didn't happen. The only move that happened was Haaland going to Man City. Kylian Mbappe still stayed, and everything is at the balance, especially with Barcelona also not having too much money. Currently, let's look at the way Real Madrid play. Madrid mostly play a 4-4-2, straight flat at 4-4-2, old school style, with Vinicius Junior and Joselu playing as two up front. Then you have Valverde, Modric, Camavinga, and Ibrahim Diaz playing through the middle. Now there is Toni Kroos. Let's not forget, let's leave the guys at the back, the Garcia guys, the Chouameni, Fernandez, and Vasquez. There is Toni Kroos, who is one of the best forward passing player in the whole world today, yesterday, and maybe tomorrow. But you look at Modric. Modric is aging. So what happens is Modric will leave. If Modric leaves this position, between you and me, it's exactly Jude Bellingham's position. Now, Modric does not arrive the boss like Jude Bellingham, but Jude Bellingham does not have the intelligence, the football intelligence, the CIA, FBI, Mossad, KGB's intelligence of Luka Modric. But he can make up with his Frank Lampard-like arrival at the boss. Again, that's another modeling, because Jude Bellingham probably watched a lot of Steven Gerrard, Jude Bellingham, and Frank Lampard and Paul Scholes, and decided, I want to be a bit of this, a bit of that. If you look at him carefully, you see all of that in him, apart from probably Gerrard, because Gerrard was a different among those three If you ask me, even though Frank Lampard have a lot of goals, I'll pick Steven Gerrard of those three. I don't know what you guys will pick in this conversation, but I'm just trying to dissect the question that was asked by the last question that I read. So I think the person that will suffer here is going to be Joselu, because eventually they will have to play Mbappe in that position. That's one option. Another option is the one that I think would happen, the 4-3-3 formation, where you would have a Modric, Camavinga, Camavinga, Valverde, and Jude Bellingham in midfield. Or then Brahim Diaz will go to the bench. And then you now have Vinicius Jr. Probably might be shifted into the middle. I don't think it will work because he likes to run on players and will play from the side. But that's the side that Mbappe likes to drift to. Mbappe is a striker, don't forget, but it's not a center forward. Okay, so he likes to drift to the side like Thierry Henry and get in there. The other guy, Rodrigo, whose contract have just been extended, would also play from the right-hand side. So this is my own calculation. So I think that the three of them, Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinicius Jr. will play. But there is still going to be the need to replace Modric and replace Toni Kroos. Maybe not for next season, but going forward. And then we'll see how that goes. That's my thought on it. If you guys have a different view, a different idea about how they will look like, you're free to put it out there. Let's have a conversation. I mean, this is a conversation. It's not like, oh, I know it all. Nobody, my word is law. No, we're all sharing ideas on this conversation. So, Olatunji, I hope I've answered your question on that front. Let's move further to the next one. Olafat says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. It was a good weekend, especially since Spurs being beaten by the Wolves and City dropping points. Okay, so I'm not the only one who sees Spurs as a shit, right? It was a festival of beating. They were beaten this season by Wolves. Wolves, oh, not me. I'm not talking of Man City or any top club. Oh. I'm talking Wolves. Wolves. Woe unto the Wolves. And then beat them. But one content is saying they're this strong, they'll be good team. The Stoic Doctor. Hey, Docky, how you doing? How will Kylian Mbappe play with Vinicius Jr. on the left? Are they planning to sell Vinny? Well, I've just answered that question, and I'm sure you heard me. So I'm sure that's going to happen. Sabiga say, we never said we wanted to win the title. All this hate for nothing. Who be we? Who's the we? If you want to be talking, talk and make people know we they talk. We is we. But French, we is a word in French for yes. We. And we now somebody with piece of bed, and we can be Igbo. So stay on one lane, know where you stand on. Stamina Emmanuel, I am my guy. He said, welcome back, Kalabota TV show. God bless you. Also, thank you very much, and God bless you too. Sammy Soul, he said, imagine Solskjaer trying to sign Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. Oh, so that's a kind of like some of the most ridiculous thing. Arsenal wanted to sign Luis Suarez from Liverpool. I knew it wasn't going to happen. And then we start hearing these and Wenger wanted to sign, that didn't happen. Cristiano Ronaldo, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Kaká, Lionel Messi, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. You know you weren't going to do that shit. Don't be deceiving yourself. Okay? Stamina Emmanuel said, my man don't speak in tongues. For Mbappe matter, bros, the money, that money where you, yes, talk true. When you hear this money, but I mean, me and you will play ball together. Stop and be very honest. The ball where you they see these people, these footballers, they play now, and the kind of money where they give them, compared to the ball where we play, in terms of the raw power that we put into it, the skill, the speed, the dedication, don't you feel somehow like God is unfair to us? Just for a minute, just think about it. Like, don't you some days wake up and say, man, but God is unfair, Sha. Why would he bring me early? Why wasn't I born in the 90s? Because with that same football ability, if you sign Ogbori, Nicolas Pepe for 72 million, give him almost 180,000 pounds a week. What's that? Maybe I would give me only 100,000 pounds a week. Collect 50% as tax. I still know what I go still do. What's that? Mbappe might be like, say, he don't stay here for a while of us there. What's happen, huh? And then one day the content is Mbappe is depressed and say social media bully the depressor. Come on, shut up. We nobody they pay money. We they pay with that free. Nobody give us money. If you see the kind targeted insult like regular, some people just there. So for footballers, it's when you play badly that they really insult you. For us, somebody like me, let me use myself as an example. I get cyberbullying for even saying the right thing. I get like attacked by everybody. Let me give you some even local ones. When Ikorodu United was around, you know, the guy that owned DSTV is the one that owned Ikorodu United, Barrister Adewumi. I remember we were on show, and it was Tony Becker that asked me, "What do I think of that? We always Nigerians always have this idea that government have no business in the business of football. Private ownership is the El Dorado of football." And Tony asked me this question: "What do you think of Ikorodu United? Is this the new face of Nigerian football? Is this the direction to go?" And I said, "This is what I said on air. I said." Private ownership is encouraged, but private ownership built around ignorance, and I too know over Sabi would always fail. And for me, where I see Ikorodu United in the next 3 years is that the club will no longer exist. Like they will be dead and gone. They will not exist in amateur form. They will not exist in any form. So the idea that they're even going to go play in the Premier League is a joke. Obviously, the guys who, these people, they don't even listen to the show, but the boys around them, those, like Lagos is where you experience the highest level of eye service. I grew up in Warri, and in Warri, you practically say things the way they are. It don't change, it don't change. I was in Warri recently, and the spirit of eye service also reached Warri too. You see everybody shout, my chairman, my chairman. It wasn't like that when I was growing up. In Warri, when I was growing up, if they do bad, even if you get money, they will tell you, say, you don't know what to do. But it's changed. Obviously, they go tell him, and then the man, the lawyer wrote to the owner of the station that I was working for at the time, and they said they should ban me from air. Not only that, they would deal with me, like you're in this town, you're talking about the Yoruba business, blah blah blah. All of a sudden, people made it about tribe. But hey, exactly 2 years after, Ikorodu United was disbanded, completely extinct. Because in football, there are fundamental principles. If you do not obey those fundamental principles, I don't care how much that you do, your football club ain't going nowhere. The reason why Remo Stars and Beyond Limit are progressing exponentially is that Kunle Shoname and his team have imbibed and appreciated the principles of football. I once owned football club. I tell people every day, don't judge my age. Emmanuel Samina played with me while we were playing like kids. I was already a secretary of the club. I was already doing organizational things. Like we were kids. So I'm talking back in the mid-90s. I was already a structured person. I understand football in ways that 100 years, people who are 100 years ahead of me do not understand it at all. There are so many things that people are doing that I'm standing by the side and I'm laughing. 10 years ago, I said this is the way to go. People were mocking me like, what are you saying? Let me give you a very good example. Content creation. When I started in 2017, people were in WhatsApp group mocking me and say, Baba don't lose job. You're not going to say a character this so bad. Nobody fear play him. He say want to create content. Those same people now, the ones you see on social media, jumping, where the one making sacrifice. Like, you see, that's the way life is. Another one, MFM FC. When MFM started, I was very happy. I was happy for Lagos State. Not that, I didn't know that the model of MFM cannot sustain a football club. I am privileged to know about football. Like what I know about football can make football thrive in Nigeria. I am privileged to know that much. Study this thing where people they use by accident. They run football. I went to school in Hamburg to study this thing called football management, understanding the statistics and the rest. You want to compare me with somebody who be say maybe he fail WAEC or he come out of school, he not get job, because say be journalist, then the computer make it come the club. He not go run well. Go and read the China Cherry's book. And then you see some very foolish thing. You know that club management carry players travel from Nigeria, go abroad, without passports. And then they expect the Egyptian immigration to just allow them go through. Go and read that book. And you see the people that you are worshiping, the people that when they call their name, you bow down and worship them. You see the stupid decisions, the foolishness that they exhibit. Long story short, let's come back to MFM. The same Tony again, we're doing football live together, and most times that comes in. Now, let me tell you why some of those questions come like that. They come to put me on the spot. Because from day one, I made it clear my position is let's promote the Nigerian League. I don't care what anybody say. Let's promote the Nigerian League. I'm not really big on promoting European football. That's why when I say the Premier League is rigged, I don't praise people like Salah. The way people praise them, the way people worship them, I don't idolize all those idiots. They don't have anything. That's just the basic truth. Anything that they do in football, given the circumstances and the opportunities, the kind of playing field that they are, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can do those things. There's nothing special that they do. Where you have myriad of referees that are manipulating games for you, say you are the best manager in the world. My best manager, my foot, Thunder Fire, best manager for West Alex Ferguson Day. But I'm coming somewhere. Anthony asked me the question again. The way MFN is going, I mean, they qualified on the continent, they were good, they were on fire. And I said, this model is not sustainable. This same model that they are doing is the mistake I made running my club. It is not sustainable. They go relegate. They go scatter. They're not. How much of pastors maybe say Nigerian pastors say they be thief, whether they greedy and selfish, they'll carry all the offering they run football club. At some point, they're not going to feed because there is not a structure that says, okay, contracts of players were signed, the club owned some 10%, some 5%, some 15%, and then a third party, because of the greed of people that they put in charge of the club. If we put the contract on the club side, the money will go to the club. So let me help you. Let me tie the contract in such a way that when you make your money, you're from back. Give me money. These guys are thieves. I don't care what anybody says. I'm saying it here because it is the system. It's about time we start calling everybody. And these are the people that people respect the most. People said I was doing this, I was doing that. They didn't call me, threatening my life. I will run out of Lagos. They will drive me out of Lagos. Well, where's MFM today? Let's go to the east so that it doesn't look like it's only clubs in Lagos, Yoruba land that I'm attacking. When Ifeanyi came, and you know that announcement that they have a partnership with West Ham, the way they announced it, paint the stadium West Ham color. I went on social media. I said, first off, this is a fraud. Secondly, West Ham agreeing to this partnership is the biggest lie anybody have told. That this thing I just scam. This club cannot stand. You know, I want to bring in Everton, one Brazilian apprentice. We not fit coach for your own country. They bring him, bring him, Papa come as the assistant. I say, okay, this family of poverty where they go bring for Brazil, see me the cost of money here. And I say, well, he did well, one FA Cup with Aqua United, did some good runs with the club. But long story short, at some point, where is FC Ifeanyi? In football, there are fundamental principles. And even people that applies itself, they make mistake, they almost destroy club. We saw it in Barcelona. So in Nigeria, when you see some things, you know, this not going to work. But hey, we are who we are. Let's come back to the conversation that we're having. Somebody said, okay. He said, Emmanuel Olatunji says, the Mbappe deal reminds me of Lewandowski living on a free to Bayern. The free transfer is just comical. PSG brought this to themselves. I think they did. That last time that they wanted to move and Madrid was willing to pay 120 million, grab it with both hands. At least Warigo say instead of my Maluto lost, Mark all the team. Oh, something. Oh, somebody. Come on. You don't let a player go like that for free. A player like Mbappe. There's no way you sell Mbappe for free. Mbappe, I don't care what the business model is. I'm not going to sell Mbappe anything less than 100 million. And I'm going to know the price. It's like, you see Napoli already learned this. He changed the Victor Osimhen deal. I'm going to sell you. I'm not going to sell you. But right now with this wave on you, I'm not going to let you go for free. No. You ain't going nowhere. If you watch, you sit down on the bench. Napoli, we're not playing to go win the league title again. We're not going to win another league title in another 50 years. I might not even be the owner again when we win the next league title. But for this one what they see here. No, I must make money inside though. But I think the arrogance of thinking we have too much money, we don't need this. You see where they are now. Well, it's good for them anyway. Alati say, please, let's like this live video, guys. I mean, I don't beg tire. Target text say Mbappe goes to Madrid, Vinicius Jr. becomes angry and goes to Man City. Pep has finally buried EPL. But I don't think he will get angry. So one of the things that I know is that don't forget that Vinicius Jr. was playing alongside Karim Benzema. So let's take it that Kylian Mbappe is coming to take the Karim Benzema position. It is up to the coach, whether it's going to be Carlo Ancelotti or Xabi Alonso, to now formulate a system that rotates their position on the field, not like to sit on the bench, that rotate them in such a way that they will move around. One of the shocker that will come for Mbappe also is going to a club now that is bigger than him. When Mbappe played for Monaco, even though he was a kid, but he was so big, he was so much of a prodigious talent that he felt like he was equal to Monaco. When he went to Paris Saint-Germain, the way and manner he was treated, he became bigger than the club overnight. And then, as a teenager, he's already won the World Cup, all those things, he make him bigger than the club. He's going to a club that is bigger, a club that can put him on the bench, a club that can tell him, oh, but you're not starting here, and he cannot grumble. He dare not grumble. First of all, when you look at Nasser Al-Khalifa, you see inexperience. You see a man who's not won anything, who's not achieved anything in football. You're not going to do that with Florentino Perez. As a club president, you walk first. When you go to Madrid, and I've been in that stadium, and I'll tell you this: when you walk through the doors and you see the pictures of the wall from the days of the Eusebio's, the great players that have played in that club, Hugo Sanchez, Zidane, Raul Gonzalez, Ike Casillas, Fernando Hierro, the coaches that have coached the club, the legend that have played in that club, and then you come to the Galactico era. In one club, you have Figo, you have Roberto Carlos, you have Ronaldo da Lima, you have David Beckham, you have the crown king of them all, Zinedine Zidane, and the heart of it. And then you have all these other guys that pull the pieces together, Michel Sagaldo, and a host of others. And then you have the beast himself, Sergio Ramos, or the ones you guys like to call Sergeant Ramos. And then you go forward, you see Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema. My brother, you go eat humble pie, yo. You will know, say, this your stilettos where you wear, so you go take off. And you realize saying as a letter church you did now. That's why they are called the White Angels. You go walk out with barefoot. You will come down. Your balloon will be deflated. Say, I bow before you. You know that you are going to redeem Christian Church of God. And you will bow down before. That's what the Jews said. That every other denomination will bow down before redeemed members. So when you enter Madrid, you know that, okay, these are the redeemed members. Let's bow down to them. Bow down and worship. That's the point. So when he gets there, he's not going to come and dictate and say, oh, hey, madam, I want Inyo, I want Brokoto, I want Orishirishi, I want Tinueru, I want... no. This is not that kind of buffet. This is Real Madrid. Tell you, Oga, this is where you will play. This is how you play. Based on these tactics, this is how you play. Better than you, more successful than you, bigger than you have played in this club. And this is how we play them. You're going to take it or you leave it. We're paying you for it. We're giving you image rights. We're giving you all this. We just gave you 85 or 86 million a sign-on fee. My brother, you're here to work. Okay? This club, they make this club. This club makes players. We're not Barcelona that a player will make. Now the club, they make you. And they'll dangle a carrot in front of him. For all that you think you've achieved individually, you are still a small boy. In this club, we're going to make you win the European Golden Boot. In this club, we're going to make you win the FIFA Best. In this club, we're going to make you look at Erling Haaland and make him look like he's a small boy, even with his big height. And we're going to make you win the Ballon d'Or serially. He go humble himself. I'm telling you, like, I'm very certain of that one. With Florentino Perez, don't fuck with him. Don't even go there. So I think Vinny will still be there. Demola Ibrahim say, I don't think Joselu will suffer because he's a low player. It will be a front three of Vinny, Rodrigo, and Mbappe. Either Toni Kroos or Modric will leave for Bellingham. I agree with you on that one. I laugh. I say, boss, let's laugh a little. So this is circulating in the MPFL concerning how players were being unveiled, especially Baeza and Sunshine. Boss, I beg. Shook Matt Small. I've not seen it, so I can't even put my mouth on something that I've not seen. I've been distracted by the AFCON, fully distracted by the AFCON. So if you want to talk about unveiling, the ones that I've seen that I liked is the Eyimba, the pictures that Eyimba put for the signing Bernardo Voke. And if I think I have a few of those pictures. If I don't have them, you can pay me. I thought I have them because sometimes people send me these things and I just like, I just smile when I see them because they were the things I was saying for a very long time, and people, my picture will go shop. Some people that you people respect today, that people treat like they are demigod, say, my picture will go shop. It should be picture, good picture. Like, my picture will give us 3 points. Now, website will give us 3 points. Now, I don't want to mention people's name today. I'm not in that mood. I know some people are permanently useless as far as Nigerian football discourse is concerned for me. Nothing can change them. When I look at them, when I see them, when I go out and I see them, These days, when they even stretch their hand to shake me, I mean, I treat it like they have leprosy. I just like waka leave them. I don't want to get involved. Invite me to join their WhatsApp group. I look at it like, man, you are a stupid human being. I can't even be where you are. Because listen, the ecosystem will always suffer when you have those kind of people at the helms of affair. People who don't believe that the right things should be done. People who, when they win, they tell you that they are good. When they start losing, they tell you that somebody's wish hurting them. They tell you that it's wish, somebody is evil. Oh, I don't have the pictures, but I think I saw some beautiful pictures of Mbappe players, and I think I want to stay on that. Like I always say, I like to focus on the positive instead of the negative. Devil like Brian say, just a little would not suffer. I mean, no problem. I understand. A lot of you might say, just to digress a little bit, what do you think of the recruitment United is bringing in as they look to build the structure of the team? I had my doubts with Ratcliffe, but I hope he proves me wrong. Now, what Ratcliffe is doing, obviously, again, this is what I said some time ago that people misunderstood what I was saying and they said I was a racist, I was biased. I am of the opinion that there is no foreigner that can build your property. There's no foreigner that can put things well for you. That's what I believe. My belief can be proven wrong. My principles, my theories can be proven wrong. Unfortunately, 8 times out of 10, I used to say 9 times out of 10, but let me be modest about it. 8 times out of 10, I miss 2. I get 8 right. So I still believe that my principles about that is right. The reason why I do not respect Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson is, and this is one of those things I learned, I always argue in marketing. If you have to destroy other people's business to promote your market, your business is not good. That's also the reason why I hate politics. Okay, I get involved in electionary process because I want to be involved in the process that brings my next leader or the person that will be responsible for my constituency and all that. But I can't get involved in politics because I don't think I need to destroy you to sell myself. I need to sell myself well. And it's one of those things that I said, Peter Obi didn't get right, in his campaign. Making all those noise. Nah. Offer to people what you really will give to them and stop dodging those questions and then telling us because everybody know what the problem is already. I don't think there's anybody in Nigeria who didn't know what the problem of Nigeria was. So reminding them was just you rabble-rousing. That's a different conversation. So Sir Alex Ferguson did not put any structure in place. Rather, the structure that was in place that helped him succeed, he went on destroying them one after the other. And he's a vindictive person. The worst thing is to give power to vindictive people because they will do worse. Sir Alex Ferguson's first 6 years at the club, I mean, this was the guy who come from Aberdeen, beat Real Madrid in the Cup Cup finals, and felt like he's a god. He's the greatest Scottish manager to ever live. Okay, if he died at that point, it was already a super success. Came to Manchester United and found it very difficult to replicate that success. And somewhere along the line, he was always threatened. His job was always threatened by the football directors, the powers that be, and all that. And he felt like, you know what? This mindset of, no worry, one day when I get my powers, I would eliminate all these people. And so when he became powerful, what he went on doing was to eliminate all those people. He was eliminating them. But what he didn't realize was that as much as you're eliminating them to empower yourself, you were also losing some very essence of what the tradition and culture of the club is. So going forward, the club was growing big at the trophy cabinet, but some part of the club was dying. So it was a cancer at structure level, but it was success at trophy level. So when you left, the people that were coming were people who were coming from clubs where there is a structure that supports what they do. So now that you have now destroyed the structure and you're leaving, you now went to go and bring, through nepotism, you brought your countryman, David Moyes, who has always worked at a club where the coach only does what the job of the coach is. It doesn't need to do administrative job. It doesn't need to get involved in, the whole structure of negotiating for players' contract and all that. He didn't know how to do that because that's not the job of a coach. Now, he was failing. And Manchester United ended the 7th. And every other person that came in, Louis van Gaal, who works in a structured system, the great Jose Mourinho, who comes in and his job is to motivate, inspire the players, but focus on the players and not be bothered about. Have you ever heard Jose Mourinho talk about administrative job, how he did this one? No, that's not his job. He goes to Roman Abramovich, tell him, I want Drogba. Who is Drogba? Don't worry, get him for me. Let me do your business. Let me do my business. Now you have to now come do a whole lot of things. Everybody suffered. So for what Ratcliffe is doing, it is good for the club. A good house needs a solid foundation. It is after you make the solid foundation solid and firm that you now build on it and you determine how high you want to go. That's what's been missing. Even the Bible says, if the foundation be weak, what can the righteous do? In this case, you are not righteous because you are devils. What then would you do? There's no foundation at all. So I think it's good. It's not going to happen overnight. These guys are also going to come. Some of them are going to struggle to establish themselves, and but they have a great Rolodex. They have contact. The names that have been mentioned are people who have contact, people who can pick up the phone and make a call, and the right people would respond. That's why Florentino Perez is that powerful. He goes and he come back as Real Madrid president. It's not easy. You don't go give any upcoming small boy. Look at what they did with Bayern. They will put some small boys in position, and look at what Bayern is turning it to. Eventually, they will fix it. But you think that people used to think that those old men, they're just there forever. They don't want to leave. These guys have mastered the business, the industry, the system. They know what they do. You give Oliver Kahn, he's there. He's still thinking as a player. You think it only happens in Nigeria? He's still thinking as a player. He's still coming here to tell you, oh, in my days, I was the best. And the young players are looking like, I don't even know you. You don't understand. And those creates animosity. But these other old guys have become steep in the act of doing business. They don't even talk to you about their playing time because that's a dinosaur era. Nobody talks about it, right? You just respect them for being great administrators. And I think that's where Manchester United is headed. I think it's good. Again, Chelsea is suffering because there's a lack of that structure. Those structure that people like Mariana Granovska brought to the club, and the whole other backroom staff, the Mike Minella and the rest of them brought to the club, that makes it easy for players to easily integrate. Because sometimes when you're having problem with the coach and you look into the club, inside the club to talk to somebody, and there's nobody to talk to, you just feel all alone. And then you come out, you just play the ball, you're just following the motion. But if there's somebody who say, don't worry, sit down, come. You sign a contract with us. Yes, the coach is the coach. You've got to respect him, but we've got you. You go back there and play your football. It happens. It's like mom and dad. You see your son, mom is, beating, sparking or shouting on the child, and then the child comes to the dad. Daddy, and then daddy say, go back and listen to the song by Luther Vandross, Dance with My Father. When he dance with you, it will still tell you to go do that thing that your mother said you should do in the first place. So it's not like it's taking side, but there's a way that comes. That's management. That's the thing that's been lacking at Manchester United. And I'm happy that Ratcliffe is doing. I'm not a fan of Ratcliffe or Ineos, but believe me, even if you're not a fan of somebody, if they're doing something right, they're doing something right. It is right, and you have to appreciate it. Would it work out? We never can tell. Life is an experience. It's a continuous experiment. The line say Mbappe has always loved to move to Madrid. It was only a matter of time. The Malay Brian says, boss, so at the start of the season, you didn't think Liverpool will win the. No, I said my Man City will not win the title. I mentioned two clubs that are possibly going to win the title, and I said Arsenal or Liverpool. So there was no at the beginning of the season. As a matter of fact, when Emmanuel was lamenting that they were not signing player, Caicedo was going, and I said that this Liverpool team, for me, is better than the one of last season and the one of the season before. But hey, nobody listened to me because I kept saying that they have more strikers than any other team in the Premier League. And all of them cannot just be out of form at the same time. And then plus the fact that they got their midfield act right. They've lost only 2 games this season, if I'm not mistaken. So there was never a time I didn't believe that Liverpool not one team that I said was not going to win the title is Man City. And I'm just standing on that one. It's not because they draw last night, yesterday, or be different to do. I do not think Man City will win the title. Not because of their ability to play, but because the powers that be will not allow it. No. The Holy Grail to win the Premier League is 3 straight. Why are you going to win 4 straight? Which Alex Ferguson is still alive? No. They cannot let that happen. The other one say Arsenal linking of Mbappe was a tag along. Okay. Whoever thought that it would come to pass, no way, Jose. Yes, so Adewale Saka said, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Football structure is paramount to succeeding. The line say, honestly, if only we can be well structured with our clubs, we would go places. Okay. Adewale Aloha for me say, good morning to you. What is happening to Thomas Tuchel in Bayern Munich? Because this is getting serious. It's really getting serious. And the funny thing is I can't even answer what is happening because Bayern is a structured club. What's going on right now, I don't know. But I think last they could do all right. Olafati said I think they've reached the law of diminishing return. Yes, in economics. That's the word, right? I don't forget some easy terms. So I think they've reached a point where love diminishing return is telling on them, and I guess Harry Kane came at the wrong time. He's scoring the goals that he needs to score. He's doing the job that he was brought in to do, but the rest of the legs are not really following. So they will get experience from this one, and then they'll bounce back next season. Olafa say, boss, what you are saying about Perez is the real deal. He said when he was asked about Mbappe, and he said, we'll send him contract proposal based on our terms. When I hear him, I laugh. Yes, it's based on their term. It's not based on Mbappe's. Who the hell is Mbappe? We're talking Real Madrid here. We're talking. This is Real Madrid. This is the. In life, everybody wants to go to heaven. Okay, me, I know that I don't want to go to heaven, but everybody wants to go to heaven. The majority of the people on earth want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to heaven. No, I'm not buying into that going to heaven thing. I would do for earth here. I'm okay with that. But listen, the holy grail of football is Real Madrid. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much. Somewhere in the heart of Messi, if he had the chance, he would play for Madrid. Everybody wants to play for Madrid because there's just something about the club that's different. That's the heaven of football. You don't come there and come and tell me that I'm coming here. I'm bringing my terms. Who the hell are you? Paul, I know. Peter, I know. Silas, I know. Who the hell are you? Seven Sons of Skivers. Come on, get out of this place. Sign the contract. Sign the damn contract and move on. The allow I say that same thing of not wanting to play from the center is what he might likely get to do at Madrid, obviously, because when it comes to Madrid, this is the fact. The fact is, at Madrid, it will be told, oh boy, this is how we want you to play, and your needs have been taken care of. Picky where my mother said, picky where they provide food for, then they use cry this time, mama. Your needs have been taken care of. Your job is to get the damn job done. If not, go and ask Eden Hazard. You go sit down for bench. And we go use media to destroy you. So don't even see for here we need to play. We need to play. So don't even start. Don't even go there and come and be giving us attitude. Attitude kill you there. Like, don't even think of it. If you try what are down, what a coma. It's as simple as that. So that's the kind of club you set your standard. You put your position up. I was in Abuja this weekend. So let me give you a good example. And it's about standards, okay? And the crowd that I went out with are people who drink. So like, men, guys drink. And normally my crowd, majority of my crowd are people who drink. I've not tasted alcohol since I was born. I don't smoke, right? I do look like who does all that. So I was in this space, and there are just some weird things about me that a lot of people don't know. I'm not as crazy as people think, because when I meet them, I always enjoy the shock in people knowing that, oh, it's this guy. Again, people think all the things I say on radio, I'm reading from a book. So it's not supposed to be in my head. So when I sit with them and I'm exponentially breaking down principles, theories, ideologies, and all that, it's shocking to them. I enjoy the shock in their faces. But most times, like, how can you be a worry boy? You don't smoke. Like, let's go to club. I said, I don't go to club. Now, we went to an event. We went to an award event. And like, let's go to club. Vec, I said, no. Drop me at the hotel. Go to your club. I'm not stopping you. But you can't railroad me into your plan. I'm not going to go that one. I don't do club. I've made up my mind that I've had my fair share of clubbing. I'm done. I can go to lounge to go listen to live band, enjoy myself, and go back home. But in that room where everybody are free to smoke and I become a passive smoker, and then there's that's the one that I even hate the most. Like, I think if I was a president, I would kill every hype man. Yes, I would jail them. That noise that they make in nightclub, you get money, this money as they shake. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. But hey, it's one of those things that people do. That's their own. So this is my own. I can't. That's the thing about Madrid. Madrid is not going to bend over for you. It's not that, and that's one of the reasons why I like Arteta. Where I kind of like respect Arteta. When he came in, Ozil is one of the greatest players to play for us now. But it made him understand, Oga, we used to be teammates too, but I'm the coach now. And this is what I want. If you cannot live up to it, you go sit down for bench. Aubameyang actually helped him win his only title that he's won, the FA Cup. Aubameyang, I don't want to use the word single-handedly, but if it applies in the case of this one. Obama single-handedly won him the FA Cup. But when Obama started acting like, you know how some players feel like I'm big, all those the Mikel attitude when he say Olise was that was treating him one kind. I was like, look at this fool. You will be attacking midfielder. You go Chelsea, they force you to play defensive midfield. You know fit talk. You're here now telling me you've won everything. Yeah, this one. Olise doesn't have a clue of what he's saying. You sit down and you're talking that shit. I'm looking at you like you're a big fool. It's not because I'm a friend of Olise, but it is stupid because you wouldn't do that to a European coach. You started your football as an attacking midfielder so good that even when you come to Nigerian champions, you don't play defensive midfield. But you go to Europe, they'll put you on defensive midfield, you mark, they play ball, they mark everywhere. Why? Why do you not insist on European coaches that, oh no, this is not how I play. I play up front. I'm a creator, right? So sometimes you look at all that. When you go to Madrid, you don't get that power. Madrid will tell you, oh boy, we want you to be a goalkeeper. That's what you should be. If you're not going to be Madrid, where the key coach win title, Fabio Capello. 1997 came to Madrid, won the league title. 2007, 10 years later, came again, won the league title. In those two occasions, he was fired because they said they don't like the way they take win the title. They don't like him. Have you seen a club like that? Like, we won the title, but we know the title not sweet us. This title have a stain in it. Like, it's not clean. It's not a clean title. No, the entertainment no day. We're not in general. We're just struggling every day to go win the title. Fire the coach. Vicente the best. I would tell the caller. One Champions League. Fire him. We don't like this Champions League. We struggle to win them. Like some other club they'll move the statue of the coach aside. Arsenal. One coach play this Joseph Pesero football for Arsenal. Come win the league title. Come win the Champions League. They're gonna name the stadium after that for 200 years now. For 600 years, that stadium name will change. Ibrahim Abiola said David Beckham. Okay, I think. Lord Mayor says, so finally, Alonso will win the league with ease because Bayern has lost track. Well, it's not a bad one. It's still not lost a game, and he might just go the whole season unbeaten. So Arsenal fans can keep quiet. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun, okay, they will not say you should come and do it in the Premier League. I know. They say you should come and take Liverpool and do unbeaten. Demola, I say, I think Odegaard game has really improved. He now switched the ball around, not only to Saka anymore. That's why he's getting more assists now and the goals are coming. When I talk at that time, somebody said it's the way the team is playing that's making him to play. Some people can sabi quick defenses. The other day, that's how somebody told me the way Super Eagles was structured at the Nations Cup. That's why Iwobi was playing badly. I was like, what the fuck is this person saying? Are you really serious right now? You hold ball, you pass to the opposition. Is about how the coach set you up? Does the coach set you up to pass ball to the opposition? But, in football, we will defend anything. I heard a new one that 5 million people can watch a game and 5 million people will see 5 million differences. That's okay. No wahala now. You don't watch the ball, you see alien. Me, I see differences. No wahala. But, sometimes these things happen. You don't play in a team where you understand that certain things are not going right. They're not going right because you're not playing well. And my problem with Arsenal, in the case of Arsenal, is most of the players cannot be put on the bench when they're not doing well. Bukayo Saka, when he lost that form, if there was a Kudus to take over, maybe Arsenal go to the top of the league now with like 7 or 8 or 9 points. But hey, it is what it is. A very lean squad will also suffer. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun says that if Tuchel remain in Bayern till the end of the season, I think they will go trophyless. So, whether they or not, even if they change the coach right now, I don't think that a new coach will come in and change anything. I don't know. But let's look at just some of the results. We've passed the 1 hour mark. Some of the results that were beautiful. Manchester United, well, we need to, talk about Manchester United in beats, just a bit, apart from what we said about them earlier on. I think Manchester United have done well. In the last 5 games, they've won 4, drawn 1, and they keep making progress consistently. Once upon a time, they were next to Chelsea in 10th and 11th position. Now, Chelsea, since that time, Chelsea are still in 10th position, 25 games played, 10 games won, 5 games drawn, 9 games lost. Okay? 10 games lost. So if you look carefully, and then, they've scored 42, concede 41. And then in that same period of time, even though Manchester United also have the same attack to defense problem of scoring 35 and conceding 34, at least they're not scoring quite enough, but they are not defending tight and they're doing well. Okay, they are the only 2 teams who have +1 goal difference in the league. I'm not even going to go to Arsenal and the rest of them. Let's not even talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur are scoring goals, not consider much. You have a plus 14 goal difference, but they lose where you don't expect them to lose. And that's why they are the team that they are. But that's a topic for another day. I think that kudos must go to Manchester United for turning the curve. And one of the things that have happened is that if you look carefully too, since the turn of the year and since the arrival of the Radcliffe, Eric Ten Hag have not been having those stupid press conferences that he was having. I don't know if anybody have noticed that. Eric Ten Hag is no longer, talking anyhow in the media anymore. You know why? He now have people to answer to. Not some people in America, when they are playing ball, they are sleeping. The time difference is making him, he just go to the press and talk anyhow. Now he knows that if we wake up in the morning and go to the office, he have a boss. It's not just the owner of the stadium anymore or the backroom staff that they are working under him. It's no longer the de facto ruler. Man, someone said something on the podcast, and he said, and it was a conversation around women and independent women. I don't want anybody to control me. I don't want anybody to tell me anything. And he said something that I kind of buy into, that I believe. As much as I don't believe in autocracy, but I believe in control. And this is what he said. He said, listen, some of the greatest people in this world were told what to do. Muhammad Ali was told what to do by coach. Mike Tyson, the Serena Williams and Venus Williams from the very age of 3, 4, 5 were told what to do all their lives. Tiger Woods, McEnroe, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Just name all these guys. They are great because they have people who tell them what to do. So when we build this generation of people who say, I don't want anybody to tell me what to do, I'm the boss, my word is everything, anything I want to do in my life is what I will do, you will create chaos and anarchy. And when he said that, I cannot buy into it. In football, I do not like when the coach is, the coach word is law, is powerful, is authoritarian society when it comes to coaching. I agree. In that dressing room, he is the God. But you see, I like a structure when even the God knows that there is another God that is above him. All other God are sinking sand. Yeah, all of that's are sinking sand. You have to understand that once there is authority over you, it kind of brings a little bit of control. If you notice, the recklessness of Moses saved Joshua, if you believe in every story that is written in the Bible. Because Joshua could not afford to risk things the way Moses risked things. And you know why? Moses smoked Igbo with God. So they were meat. There were things about God that Moses knew, according to the Bible, that Joshua, God realized, I made a mistake with that guy. I'm not going to make that same mistake with this small boy. He didn't show himself to him. He didn't create iPad for him. Just tell him, do any of me, you go see any. And it worked. They give him a rod to strike water apart Red Sea or to do anything. So take them to the promised land. Order is the thing that eliminates chaos. And since the arrival of Radcliffe, the result have also turned. I'm not saying that Manchester United would overnight become like the king, and again, this is what gives credence to my idea that the Premier League is a script. All of a sudden, Radcliffe has come. Manchester United are getting structure. In the middle of that conversation, Jurgen Klopp just said, I want to leave. Leave to where? Bayern are not saying they are not going to sack Thomas Tuchel. Does it not look like maybe he's going to Bayern? I don't know. But I'm just looking at all of this. I'm just, flying with ideas. But does that not also mean that Manchester United might just become the team to beat next season? Because with the structure, let me be very honest. And again, for those who say I don't know anything about football, I told you people, Man United will go 10 years without touching the title. This is the 11th year. And all of a sudden, in the 11th year of the year of our Lord, the book was opened and Manchester United have started making structure. They could have made it 5 years ago. They could have made it 3 years ago or 7 years ago. So 10 years have passed. So my point here is, with this structure, Eric Ten Hag is no longer, going off the hills, yapping about anyhow, because they would have called a meeting at the board and told him, Oga, hey, don't come here and be, this is a club. This club was already great before your father and your mother was born. So don't come here with your baby pep bololo and be acting like you are too much. It's not the way it works, yo. This is not how it works. The way it works is different. So you have to know that and no peace. And I guess that has brought some kind of like decorum and structure and understanding to the club. I just hope that they keep it going. Okay, I just hope they keep it going. I don't know what will happen next, but it does look to me like that has changed the way the football is. It's nine football says about the MPL unveiling. There are some clubs doing well, Rangers, Sporting, Eyiba, but some people choose to always focus only on the clubs who are not doing well and talk less of the good ones. Well, it's how some people's brain is structured anyway. It doesn't do well if they talk about good. So if they look at what is bad, that's what gives them orgasm. I understand a lot of people are like that. Lord Mayor say, boss, Chelsea ball Man City, but City try not to lose the match. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens like that. And I think that Chelsea had the chance. If only Michael Jackson know how to, really beat it. Or probably was willing to put blood on the dance floor and give us a thriller. We will not be denying Billie Jean's baby right now. We'll be, we'll not be asking whether you're black or you're white, because the result would have been crystal clear. There'll be no need to ask whether a crime was committed, because at the end of the day, would have been a crime committed by a smooth criminal. But hey, it was bad. Nicholas Jackson was just as bad as Nicolas Yaya-Sanogo Pepe, because he had too many chances to bury that game. Okay, even Raheem Sterling, who was a culprit, eventually scored a beautiful goal against his former club, and I thought that they were going to build on that. But hey, Nicholas Jackson was just bad. He was bad. So you don't need to guess who's bad. He's just Nicholas Jackson was just bad. Okay, so I mean, I don't know. Some of you who are young don't understand what I just did. Most people who are young don't. This thing I just did now. I'm talking rubbish, but I'm not going to explain myself to anybody. Yeah, this is where we draw the curtain on the show today. I've added additional 16, 17 minutes on the show. I've had fun. I liked it. I hope you like it as well. And the good thing is, let's keep the conversation going. We're going to have Champions League night post-match tomorrow and Wednesday, and continue like that. So, but for tonight, there's not going to be anything. I know that again, there's a Crystal Palace. It's not Crystal Palace playing tonight against who are they playing again? Let me check. Everton, yeah, Everton, Crystal Palace, and Girona, who will be hoping to go to Athletic Bilbao and perform a miracle and cut the deficit by half to make it 3 instead of the 6 point between them and Madrid, who draw against who did they draw against again? Valladolid or whatever the team was that they drew against yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, it was yesterday that Madrid. Is it yesterday? Yeah. Madrid played against Rayo Vallecano and drew 1-1 and picked up a red card. So let's see how that goes. Lord Mayor say, bros, idioms or proverb, which one? I don't see. Oh, which one you like most? So it is what I mean. These two are almost similar, but it is. My job is a job of expression. But when I started, I was more verbose. I was more grammatical. I was more in tune with, because I spent my life, a larger portion of my life listening to the very, very best in the international scene. I was more into BB grammar, so I could say things like Manchester United played against Arsenal, and Thierry Henry, in a cataclysmic moment, took the ball, turned and spin, and went on a bamboozling run that was devastatingly crazy, obliterated the entire Arsenal Manchester United defense, and slid the ball into the net. Arsenal won the game 1 goal or 3 goals to nothing. Manchester United were completely discombobulated. Honestly speaking, I made sense in what I've said, but you get feedback. And people start saying, bros, we need to understand what you need to talk. We enjoy Ramo, but we need to understand, so we're not connecting. And so I think coming to Pidgin English in April of 2012, helped me, because one, I went back like, okay, you know what? My job is not to express myself and make everybody feel like, get excited and trend. My job is to make more people love the game because of me. You want to hear people say, I fell in love with football, or I fell in love with the station, with Brilla FM, because of Idafe, or because of Murphy, or because of Tony, or because of Raji. I don't want people to say, oh, that guy with the speak baby grammar for radio, like Chris Okotie. But I want you to say, oh boy, I fell in love with football because of Idafe. So I started knowing that I had to bring in idioms, parable. The reason why I didn't do a lot of proverbs was because there was a guy who's my guy for me, was the most talented person I ever worked with in the Nigerian space. Chidozie Okoroji, who was already who had already earned that space. And one of the things I do is I don't compete with my teammates. If you're my teammate, I'm not going to encroach in your space. I'm going to let you enjoy it. That's who you are. That's your space. That's the thing you've taken. I'll let you enjoy it because I know that I have enough repertoire of knowledge in the game that nobody can take away from me. I always said to people that in Nigeria, and this is not me bragging, in Nigeria, there's nobody who knows football half as I do. There's nobody. And they never past, present, and maybe in the future there'll be more, but past and present, they never born the person. And there's nobody that can actually come out and say, I played it, I own a club, I manage a club, I do sports media, I go into content, I create it. Nobody. So it's not me showing off, it's not me being arrogant, but it's just a fact. So back to your question, I chose my line of expression. Notice that most time I look at the numbers and the people that are commenting, and I'm looking, who are these people commenting? Today's show have 99.9% of people based in Nigeria. You're going to say things that they can relate to. If the people, and I'm seeing the comments and the people that are commenting at diaspora base, I also have to find something. So in the course, by my second year on the job in 2005, I decided I was going to be the engineer that I am. I studied engineering, I did science, and the best part of engineering is the principle, the theory of relativity theory, right? And it was easy because anything you can relate to, you can easily understand. If two pregnant women stand up and they meet each other and they're talking and they're saying all these things like trimester, dilating, pregnant care, umbilical cord, you that is not a woman, but you've not been pregnant before, you'll be hearing what they're saying, but you don't understand. Yeah. So it's the same thing with relativity. So when I move and I evolve from those BB grammar, cataclysmic, bombastic, flabbergasted, discombobulate, exponential, esoterics and all that, and I start using things that are relatable. And you have to, because again, football happen on the go. Most time football is not, it don't happen, you think about it and then you put it there. So what you do is you could see me analyze football and I'm using food. In my Brilla days, on Mondays, on Sunday, I use Bible, a lot of biblical contest because people are coming from church and listening from 12 o'clock and they're just coming from church, and to keep them in that street so that you don't just jump them out and give them a knee-jerk reaction of what rubbish. You keep them in that street of church. So when you talk about a leader in a team, you look for somebody who's a leader in the Bible, like a David, characters that people are friendly with, and use them as example and link it to football. Because you know that husband and wife and children are in the cars, and the husband is the one that love football. You want to make them feel good. And then as the time goes, like it's 2 o'clock, you know that, okay, they're not close. Some of them are not close to. They are very hungry. Food is the major thing they want to hear. They've heard too much word of God. They don't want to hear food. You have to. This is something you build yourself on the job. I'm practically just revealing my own trade secret now. They say a good showman doesn't show a secret, but I'm just sharing this. By the time it gets to 2, you have to put that clock in your head. Food is the only thing they're thinking. Some of them are stopping at a fast food joint or somewhere that they just entering the car back and putting on spot, Real FM. And so you start talking about food, the coming together of food. You're analyzing a team and you're talking about food, how you cook food, how you do that, how you do this, whether it's pasta, whether it's jollof rice, whether it's banga soup or it's gusi soup or it's amala. The food that you know that is the general thing that everybody will listen. Don't forget that almost all the shows that I did were on network. So we're here in Lagos and you're here in Abuja, you're here in Kaduna, you're here in Onisha, and I'm there. So you've got to be able to mix that up. And then on Monday is a business day. So all of your analysis have to go with structure, corporate governance, things that people are thinking about as they're driving to work, as they're going to work, efficiency. Because again, you want your audience to also be professional, to also be efficient on their job. And then on Tuesday, by Wednesday, you're toning it down. Now, if you listen to me well, from Wednesday, the language is not changing. By Thursday, I could be analyzing with musical lyrics, like I just did with the Michael Jackson musical lyrics. By Friday, it is going to be lewd. It's going to be sexy. That's why you start hearing, The Chelsea defense is impregnable. Even if Manchester United come with a condom or the way they use a lubricant, they cannot access it. People don't think that I don't know what I'm doing, but that's exactly how the week is planning. These guys are going to go to club, they're going to pick up babes, they're going to do all those things. Put them in the mood, but relate it to football, and everybody is fine because that's what they're thinking. They've already called their friend. Oh boy, how far now? More meat for club, more meat for why not? More meat for Tsuba, more meat for Colosseum. Let's meet at Quilos, and you want to give them something that put them in that mode, okay? That's on the same wavelength with them. You have to study your audience. So it's not about whether I like idioms or whether I like parables or I like scripture or I like this. I'm a man that is vastly read. This is not show off. It's like, for instance, let me give you a very good example. One guy that a lot of people hate, but hating him does not mean he's not intelligent. He's one of the most intelligent guys on the Nigerian media space, Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze is more intelligent than any pastor in Nigeria. Most of the pastors, in short, Nigerian pastors are dumb people. So I never want to go into that conversation. It pisses me off once I think about it. But people hate him because they don't hate him because of the information he's giving, the knowledge he's sharing. They just hate him because people have been dogmatized and have been, programmed. And programming is a very strong thing. People program you to do certain things. So they've been programmed and they are not able to fall out of that program. So sometimes with your audience, you have to engage on a very broad spectrum. There are times when people go off this show and then they engage me off the show one-on-one. And somebody has come in for that thing you said like this. Why did you say it? And I was like, bro, we're not having a one-on-one section on the show. We're having a open show. And I'm studying my audience. It says the most intelligent people read the room. You're not going to give a proposal to a gate man that is meant for a CEO. You're not going to give idea to a driver that is meant for a corporate person. They will not treat it the same way. And there's this analysis that I did one time, and Larry Zamoje came and was angry, like shouting. I said, live football, signing of players. And I think Arsenal was about signing Suarez. It was a Suarez time. And I said, certain coaches cannot handle certain players. I said it's like dating an illiterate and also dating an educated girl. If una two they date, if you date an illiterate, the things that is funny will cause fight because she cannot comprehend certain things, certain terminologies that you're using. And I don't know if you've ever gone to a cinema and everybody's laughing and somebody sitting next to you say, why are you laughing? You're wondering, what are you doing here if you don't understand the movie? Because their level, their ability to comprehend things is different. So when you have that kind of audience, you have to now water it down so that they can understand. Alibaba also taught me that. Then when you have that corporate, that high-class audience, you switch again to the language that they understand. So back to your question, I like all idioms, proverb, cliches. Even though people run away from cliches, I know how to use them. Let me tell you one of the biggest cliches that was in football for a very long time. Pep Guardiola is a fraud. Until he won the Champions League, nobody can say that again. I don't use it, but sometimes there are times when I just use it for other players like Pep, Nicolas. Yes, I know that guy is a fraud. But I'm going to use it in such a way that there's not too much emphasis on it, so I don't sound like the charlatans on those radio stations. But you have to find where to slot it in. You have to know. It's like football. You have to know when to dribble, when to pass, and when not to pass. Sometimes you don't need to pass. Hold on to the ball. Drag attention to you before you release the ball. It's the same thing with doing football analysis or presenting a show, because that's the only way you can keep your audience. The other day, somebody asked me who's my favorite current on-air personality on TV or radio, and I said Piers Morgan. And I said why? I said because we both think alike, right? We have a mind of our own, and we question everything. We don't. I don't. But people think, Piers Morgan is a crazy. No, it's not a crazy guy. He just questions everything, and society like yes people. He's not a yes man, so he's a bad person, right? That's the same thing with me. That's the kind of problem I suffer. So I understand. For Tutu Abiodun says, good morning. The Elegbete won. Chelsea performance against Man City at Etihad was my highlight this weekend. Maybe we get chance versus Liverpool on Sunday. Hopefully, I pray that Chelsea beat Liverpool and Arsenal win their game, because not enough for them to beat Liverpool, but Arsenal not winning also could be a problem. So I pray that Chelsea beat Liverpool And then Arsenal wins their game. Arsenal look like the trip to Dubai have done something good for them. I wrote to Regis, I agree to Chief, I agree to too. And finally on the show today, since we're taking it to 1 hour, 30 minutes, the Larry says the City and Chelsea match was explosive. They were busy carving each other out. And Michael Jackson was being horrible as well. Thank you very much. Just the same way Haaland went to sleep, was wasting his chances, heading them wide instead of putting them in the net. Missing chances you don't expect him to miss. But having said that, thank you very much. I've had fun this morning. I don't know about you guys. If you've not had fun, I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of something that I did not do. We're back again. We're going to run up and hopefully believing that this week we hear good news from our sponsors and I can come out and announce to you that we're officially going to be going to the All African Games. But until then, let's do this again tomorrow morning and continue to do the show. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful day. My name is Edafi Matthias. You're going to love to come in there with one of sports. Like I always say, don't be the problem, but be the solution. But in case you cannot be the solution, don't stand in the way of the people who are providing the solution. Have a wonderful day. Hasta la vista.